We're going to be taking a look at how to install the Zig programming language compiler on our system. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the Zig website, which is ziglang.org. And once we navigate to the website, you're going to find the official homepage of the Zig programming language. So here you're going to find some information about the programming language and of course an example of how you can use it. So the first thing we want to do is to go to this download section and we click on it. And once we're here, we're going to find a bunch of releases that we can download for the compiler. So first of all, you're gonna find the master branch. So the master release is one that is actually released. I think it's released fairly frequently. So you can download from this release, but you should understand that this is development branch, and a lot of things change often here. So this means that you're not going to be downloading the stable version of the compiler. But then it's also worth noting that Zig is actually not stable. So the Zig compiler is not stable in any way. So even the 0.9.1 release, for example, it still got bugs and stuff like that. So I would recommend that you just stick to the master branch because a lot of bug fixes and whatever is actually here. So for whatever operating system you're on, this is for Linux, for example, x86 64. We also have the one for ARC 64. We have the one for macOS, and Windows and FreeBSD. Another option you have is to actually compile the Zig programming language compiler from scratch. So you could go to the source code on GitHub and you can clone it. And but trust me, if you want to compile this, you have to be aware of an issue here that says Ziggo takes too much RAM to build. So if you have over 6 gig RAM or thereabout, then you should be able to build it. And if you have over 8 gig RAM, something else you should also check out is the build from source. So if you want to build the Zig compiler from source, then you should be able to follow this instruction here. But if you don't want to build the compiler from source, then you could download it here from the home page from the website. So just select whatever operating system that matches whatever you need. And here I have the Zig compiler for the macOS x86 64. So I already have that downloaded. And here, so here if I expand this, and so I have it installed in .bin, the .bin folder inside of my home folder. So I think I have to increase this if I can do it. Yes, right. This is big enough, I guess. Yes. So I have it inside of the bin folder of my homepage here, and you can see this is the download. So I extracted this and I have the Zig macOS x86 64 whatever. So this is the output gotten from here. This is the tar.xz file. So I extracted it and moved it inside this .bin folder. So if you cd into the Zig macOS whatever, you're gonna find that we have the Zig executable here. So what I did is, because I have my bin folder on my path, I actually linked it. So we have this Zig file here, which is a symlink to the Zig inside of here. So the way I did that is use the link lns, and then I just wrote the path to the Zig executable here, and I have it. And also I have the .bashrc, which is where I actually added the bin folder to my path. So you can see the bin folder here added to my path. And now if you want to test if this actually works, you can just do, so I cd back to my home directory, and you could do zigzen, for example. And if you get some output from here, then you know that your Zig compiler actually works. And also we're gonna write a simple hello world program to make sure that the compiler can actually compile our program. So to do that, we're going to create a new file. I'm gonna go file, new text file, and I'm going to save this, and I'm going to call it hello.zig. So the zig files actually end with the .zig file extension. I'm gonna save that to the documents folder. I'm gonna click on save, and so you can see something is actually happening here. So this says it's downloading the ZLS executable. So you might wonder where this is coming from. So actually, if you go to extensions here for Visual Studio Code and you type Zig, so you're going to find a bunch of plugins or extensions that you can use for the Zig programming language. So here we have the language support for the Zig programming language, which is by Mark Theo Hughes. So make sure you download that. So the language support for the Zig language is actually what gives you syntax highlighting, and automatic formatting and stuff like that. Also, once you've downloaded this, you also need to download one more, which is the Zig language server. So this is what allows you to have things like linting and jump to definition and a bunch of stuff like that. So once you have this, make sure you install that. It's from Auguste Rame. I hope I am pronouncing the name correctly. Right. And once you've installed those two plugins, and it's going to take care of everything else for you. So as you can see, I didn't have to download the Zig language server myself, which is the Zig LSP. It just did that for me automatically. So once you open a Zig file, that's going to happen and you're good to go. So the next thing we gotta do is, let's see if I can increase this. Yeah, this is much better. Right. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a main.zig. So we're inside the hello.zig. So the next thing we have to do is to create a pub from main, and we have to put a return type, which is void. And now we want to print hello world. So to do that, we're going to have to import std. So add import std, just like that. And the next thing we gotta do is to do std.log.info, and we're gonna do hello world. So this is going to hopefully print hello world to the screen. And to confirm that this actually works, the next thing we're gonna have to do is go to the terminal here, and we're going to do we're going to cd into documents. Yes, so we have access to our hello.zig, and now we're gonna do zig run hello.zig, and we're gonna wait for it to do its thing, and hopefully we're gonna get results. And you can see here we have our hello world, and that shows that we've successfully set up our Zig compiler, and we can now start using Zig inside of our program. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.